Hi everybody, today I'm going to be unboxing a brand new bag for me. I have been after a very classy kind of evening or smart day occasion bag in black for a little while now, and I wanted something with that kind of very quiet luxury Chanel aesthetic. I have to admit, I'm a little bit of a sucker for that classic, like Chanel, classic flap, quilted leather kind of vibe. I'm not into designer labels and logos, and I would never in a million years spend Chanel money on a bag. However, I can't help but be drawn in by that aesthetic and that design and that kind of heritage Parisian style. So I found a brand that do a very similar aesthetic, but are a heritage brand in their own right. They have been around for hundreds of years. They did start as a jewellers, creating jewellery for Marie Antoinette and other French royalty. I think some of their jewellery is on display in the Louvre. Then the brand was dormant for a couple of centuries before it was revived as a leather house. I thought that was so interesting. Now, I have actually reviewed a bag from this brand before, a year or two ago. Really liked it, but I wanted something a little bit smaller for my day-to-day. As I said, I want it to be able to transition from day to night, as cliche as that is. So I saw this on their website and I thought I would give it a go. It's brand new in the box. I haven't opened it yet, so we can do that together. I can tell you my first impressions, and I think, if I'm correct, I do have a discount code which hopefully still works. I will put it on screen, which gets you 10% off this brand. I don't think I've said the brand name. It's Menière Paris. And how do I get into this box? Let's unbox this together, and hopefully it lives up to expectations. I thought this was very beautiful on the website. Here we go. Here it is. Okay, so this is the dust bag with the branding on it, and let me look inside. It feels on first impressions to be the kind of size I wanted, which is good. More tissue paper, brand reveal. Oh, I remember the leather from last time is exquisite. Wow, this is so beautiful. Let me give you a little sneak peek before I take all the tissue paper off. This is perfection. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So it has this like chevron leather design, very, very similar to some of the styles that you can find at Chanel. And on first impressions, it feels absolutely gorgeous. These bags are all made in Italy and designed in Paris. And as I said, the brand as a jeweller have been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, but have more recently come back as a leather house, which I always think is so interesting. So here it is. Wow, oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. This is exactly what I was hoping it would be like. Perfect size. You could easily wear this every day, but this is going to be primarily like an evening, classy event bag for me. Something quite grown-up feeling. I feel like my style often leans quite playful and colourful, which, don't get me wrong, I love. But sometimes I felt like I was lacking that really dressy, elegant, womanly kind of ladylike bag, and this ticks all of those boxes. So if I open up the flap, you've got a gorgeous smooth leather on the inside, and it closes with these two magnets. Let me take the tissue paper off. It's really nicely wrapped, so everything is well protected, and it came really quickly as well from Paris. I'm going to just go ahead and take all of the little plastic bits off the magnets, because I'm definitely keeping this. I love how structured it is. It's a little bit more structured than I was anticipating, but I'm glad about that. The bag I tried from them last time was a little bit softer and squishier, perfect for day, but as I said, I wanted something a little bit dressier, and I didn't think it would be this structured because it feels quite soft and, like, again, squishy on the front, but then you have a really nice structure to the bag. You can see these bits are quite rigid, so it creates just a gorgeous, beautiful, really elegant design. I absolutely love it. Wow, I'm so impressed. So the pine cone is their little logo. It's very understated. The whole brand is all about kind of heritage, French Parisian design, quiet luxury, luxury that doesn't scream, from loud logos and kind of glaring obvious designs. It's very minimal, very simple, but so beautiful, and they're really focused on the quality. So the pine cone is the only kind of branding that they have, and it has been around, as I said, for hundreds of years, this kind of emblem. So it's got that very old like heritage feel, which I personally really like, especially from a French brand. And then you have this gorgeous chain strap. It's a really nice tone of gold. It kind of matches the jewelry that I wear. I've just got this necklace. You might have seen it in my most recent video. This gorgeous 14 karat gold, yellow gold necklace, and the tone of the gold on this matches the 14 karat perfectly. So that's the kind of tone you're getting. It's not too yellowy, which I don't always like, but it's also definitely, it's not too light and pale and rosy. It's perfect in between. And then you have obviously the little leather piece on the strap as well. So if you are wearing it perhaps crossbody, you want a little bit more support from the strap, you've got that nice leather detail. I feel like that's an attention to detail that a lot of brands miss with these chain bags. I will of course show you plenty of clips up close of this bag, what fits inside. I feel like it's going to be a really nice size. Definitely is going to fit my phone. If I just grab my phone, you can see comparison wise the size of my phone easily is going to slip inside. Then I'm going to be able to put a wallet, even like a mini hairbrush, which I quite like to bring to events, lip gloss, hand sanitizer, whatever it might be. So it's a good size. It's got a little zip on the back where you can keep your kind of, you know, things you want to keep more safe. But as I said, because it is a magnetic closure rather than just like a closing flap, it does feel very secure. I remember from last time the magnets they use are quite strong, so it doesn't feel like it's gonna pop open at any point. I love these bags that are designed like this with the 4 grommets on the top. It makes them really easy to wear in different ways. So you have the chain strap that threads through the grommets, and you can obviously wear it as a little shoulder bag, like so. You can pull it through and wear it crossbody or as a longer shoulder bag, and you could even perhaps tuck the chain inside. Let me do that now actually, and wear it as a little wallet. It's almost like a wallet on chain, but a little bit bigger. I always find those wallet on chains just a little bit too small. They can only really be worn as evening bags, whereas this is big enough that you could wear it in the day as well. But you could also hold it just beautifully kind of under the crook of your arm like that, and it looks very elegant like that as well. Wow, beautiful. On first impressions, I'm most blown away by the leather quality, which I remember from the last bag I reviewed from them. The leather quality is absolutely stunning. You can really tell, you can smell the leather on it, and I love the chevron pattern. I think it's really classy, it's interesting but minimal, it doesn't feel overdone, it feels just very elegant, and the gold details on it really complement the black beautifully. This bag does come in a couple of different colours. I was very tempted by the navy one as well. They have a gorgeous dark navy in this same bag. I went with the black in the end because I just wanted it to be the most versatile, but if you're not as into black, the navy would be a really gorgeous alternative because it is still deep and a kind of luxurious feeling and rich, whilst being slightly different to the black. This bag is called the Viennois PM bag in the black. So this bag is actually inspired by the city of Vienna, and that links back to the brand's heritage as a jeweller to Marie Antoinette, because Marie Antoinette grew up in Vienna. So it's a nod to the city where she lived, which I think is really cool, really interesting. And I love when bags have stories behind them, and brands have stories like that behind them as well. The dimensions of this bag are 18 by 23 by 7 centimeters, and it's fairly lightweight for a leather bag as well. It's got a nice in-between feel. It feels substantial and luxurious without being overly heavy, especially with the chain straps. Sometimes these chain straps can feel really weighty and just make you not want to wear the bag because they're quite heavy and cumbersome on their own, but this doesn't have that feel. It feels substantial but lightweight. The bags are made in Italy, and this one is crafted with high quality calfskin leather. Gorgeous, gorgeous bag. Very comparable, in my opinion, to the quality of the way more luxurious houses like Chanel. I mean, if you compare this bag to the likes of a Chanel classic flap or equivalent, you're talking thousands and thousands of pounds difference in the price. This bag retails £589. Obviously, I've got the 10% off, making it closer to 500, and I just think that is a fantastic deal for a bag that so closely resembles something that is much more expensive. And I kind of prefer this in a way because it's way more understated, way more if you know, you know, It doesn't feel shouty, it doesn't feel loud, and it is going to definitely last the test of time in your wardrobe. Let me know what you think of the bag. Are you tempted by it? This has actually really surprised me. It's way more beautiful than I even imagined. I'm so glad I took a chance on it and ordered it. No flaws that I can see. I always find their bags, at least the two I've tried, really well made. All the stitching is really neat, no scuffs, no scratches. Yeah, I can't wait to style this bag. I feel like this was it's definitely going to slot into my bag collection and my wardrobe really seamlessly and fill a gap that I hadn't quite solved just yet. I've not got any bags like this, and I love the structure. I think that's my favorite thing, the fact that it's structured but still feels soft on the front. Best of both worlds, in my opinion. I'm going to leave a link to the Menière Paris website down below, and remember, I do have that discount code. I believe it's just KL, which will get you 10% off. Let me know what you think of the bag. Let me know how you're doing as well, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.